This is the Business of Apps podcast, bringing you actionable insights from the leaders of the global app industry and the world's fastest growing apps. You can find more app news, data and analysis over at businessofapps.com.
Welcome to the Business of Apps podcast. On this show, we invite app industry professionals to cover various topics. We promise to do our best to keep it both insightful but brief. In this episode, we have Lucia Aguilar, founder at TATAM.digital. Lucia, welcome back to the Business of Apps podcast.
Hi, Art. Thank you for having me again.
Okay, that's great. It's great to have you back. All right. Generative AI ChatGPT, leveraging the power of AI for app analytics. Following this new trend, app marketers don't want to be left behind and actively explore what this new flavor of artificial intelligence and automation have to offer. But this is not to say that influencer marketing has stopped working, that influencers have lost their power of persuasion. Absolutely not. We're still human beings who trust other human beings for those opinions we value. What's on the horizon for influencer marketing this year? I'm glad you asked. Today, we have Lucia to talk about 2023 influencer marketing trends. But first, Lucia, last time we spoke, it was the summer of 2021. So for the sake of new listeners, please tell me about yourself a bit.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Lucia. I'm CEO and founder of TATAM.digital, which is an influencer marketing agency with performance focus. Also, I founded another company that's called Luli Invierte, where I teach about finance and investments for mostly women in Spanish-speaking countries. I have over 25,000 students in my platform, and I'm also a mom of two little boys from 9 and 6 years old. We live in Spain with my husband, which is also the co-founder of my agency. We are originally from Argentina.
Oh, that's great. I love when app entrepreneurs and mobile entrepreneurs in general already have family. That means they're more responsible, they're more thoughtful about what they do, what the apps they create, what the platforms they run. They have way more thought into, any externalities, any negative parts that the actions they take may produce. So they have way more better perspective on life and on business.
Totally. We are lucky that we can choose the clients that we have. And we are always thinking, are these products, are these apps for the world that we want to be in the future? Are the products for the world that we want to leave to our kids? So yes, for sure.
The app industry is vast. To navigate this space, you need a directory to look up suppliers and partners, and you need to know who are the best. Visit our marketplace directory at businessofapps.com/marketplace/podcast. And now, back to the show. All right, great. Tell me about TATAM Digital a little bit more. What sets you apart from the rest?
Yeah, so TATAM was founded in beginning 2019. So we are 4 years old, and we grew like crazy in the last 4 years. We are 60 people team. And what set us apart, we have very strong values from the day I created the company. So we have very strong values on transparency, on not charging our clients €1 on top of an influencer fee. We like to think we are part of their team, that we are not suppliers, we are just partners, and we are part of their team. For us, it's very important to make them grow, and that's the mission of the company. We want to make our clients grow. So if we are not making our clients grow, we are not doing the mission of the company. We have a very strong performance focus. So we measure every step of the funnel. We have a BI team that measures every campaign every month. We produce papers, we give talks, we share the knowledge. We want to raise the bar in influencer marketing across the whole industry.
Yeah, this is great. Last December at the App Promotion Summit Berlin 2022, you presented the number of trends for the influencer marketing industry for this year, the year 2023. So I'd like to cover these, starting with what's going on with the creators economy. What are the trends do you see in this area? And how actually well are they prepared for the current economic climate, which is not easy, to put it
Yeah.
mildly?
Yes, it's tough. This year, for all advertising, you've seen Meta doing layoffs, a lot of tech companies doing layoffs as well,
Yeah.
that handle a lot of media from clients. So I think we're going to see an intersection from the creators economy where brands are not promoting as much as they used to. And at the same time, they are seeing an opportunity to monetize their audience other ways than just doing a Patreon or waiting from the brands. So we see this as a trend that way more creators are going to launch their own products, their own services, and maybe sometimes they won't, or they will do less branded content on their channel because they will be focusing more on promoting their own products and services on their own media.
Creators should be more creative in a way to find new ways to work with brands and keep up with the current economy.
Yeah, and launching their own products. Like, I see creators being super creative in creating content, but sometimes they are not super creative into launching new businesses or managing companies or doing a P&L. So they have to leverage their own creativity into new areas.
That's not easy skill to have both parts, like, to be, so to speak, both Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in the same person, to be
Exactly.
that, successful. So, okay, let's talk the platforms. We know there's a huge landscape of those right now. How would you assess the influencer marketing campaigns efficiency of working with these?
Well, we at TATAM, we have 6 or 7 different tools. That's the good part about being a medium to big size agency, that we are able to pay and a lot of money for the best tools that there are in the market. As when I was head of growth in an app, I couldn't pay all those tools because it was way more than my marketing budget. So now that we manage the campaigns of 27 companies, we're able to pay for these tools. So tools are a great ally, but tools alone are not everything. You need to put and to unite the dots and to be able to read the information. And I haven't found that one tool alone does all the ways. So we need sometimes some tools to research for new influencers, some others to make sure that they are not committing fraud, some others to measure performance, some others to see what competitors are doing on influencer marketing. So they continue to be highly inefficient. So that's why we have to have like 5 or 6 depending on where we are at the year. So high performance team will continue to rely on agencies, I think, to one, scale, and to connect the dots using different tools.
Yeah, especially the fraud part is that, well, it's not surprised that influencer marketing is also under the threat of this, so to speak, pandemic. If I remember correctly, the numbers from the recent research where the end industry still says that the huge part of the advertising budget is actually going for nothing, for thin air. So
Yes.
naturally, influencer marketing is a part of the mobile in advertising economy. So unfortunately, it's influence as well.
Yeah, and there are a lot of companies right now with a harsh economy going towards CPA type of payment to the influencers. So they're paying based on actions that they want the influencer to perform or the audience to perform. So let's say downloads. So I'm going to pay each influencer based on downloads, and I pay them, I don't know, $1 each download. So influencers probably, I don't know if they try to do fraud, or maybe some of these platforms try to do fraud, or even they send it to all their audience, like just download it and then erase it so they get paid. So I think this shift in the economy with a lot of clients wanting to pay and to de-risk and not pay a fixed fee to an influencer and just pay based on action are actually detrimental to their own growth, because the audience won't download it and use it because they want, just because they were like influenced, but not in the right way, you know. And also we are seeing a lot of cyber attacks. And I just read a paper that 81% of the apps have no protection against cyber attacks. So this is beyond acquisition, right? But like cyber crime and cyber fraud are hot right now. So we need to be very, very conscious about this, and which platforms are we paying to, how the agencies are working, how the influencers are working. So yes, fraud is a huge topic.
Yeah, cyber attacks, ransom, that's the entire universe on its own. We can spend a few hours talking about that separately. But let's get back to the topic of the table right now and move on to the next question, which is one of the basic benchmarks that allows to, so to speak, check the temperature in the room for the ad industry, CPM, cost per mile. So what do you see for influencer marketing for this year?
Well, I think we're seeing that along with the inflation that we see worldwide and the inflation that we see in Europe, in the US, in Canada, in Latin America, we're going to see this inflation also reflected on the fees that the influencers charge. And the CPMs are going to get higher, unfortunately. This is something that we cannot, like influencers will have also to pay their gas and their rent,
exactly.
and
They're
everything
just
is going
people.
up.
Right.
Yes. So this is something that we are going to see, and it's going to go alongside inflation.
App user privacy is a huge topic right now in every part of mobile ecosystem. So it's a sharp focus for mobile marketing since, well, the fairly recent Apple's introduction of ATT framework. At this point, I think pretty much the industry on its entirety worked out the approach, how you should change your strategy. So what about the influencer marketing? What is the impact and your expectations for this year?
Yes. Well, this has been, strangely enough, a good impact on influencer marketing, because we are not targeting the users based on their private data, but we are targeting the users based on their interests, gathering with the audience where they are, not persecuting the audience with targeted ads. So if they like, I don't know, aviation, and they go to an aviation YouTube channel, then we're going to talk to them because we think they're a good fit with the claim that we're working. So it's not as intrusive as maybe you are talking about aviation and you see an ad on your screen, or you search for aviation in one browser and then you see it on one social media, an ad for that thing that you just browse. So this is more of meeting the audience where the audience wants to be met, rather than the other way around, which I think it's better it's a better user experience. It's a better it's better for the customers, I think, at the end. And also we are not doing anything with their personal data. We don't know who they are. We just know that they are interested in a specific topic. So this has been good, and I think we will continue and growing more. So I think that's why influencer marketing has a huge potential still to be untapped.
Yeah, thanks for bringing this crucial difference with, what stands influencer marketing from the rest, because it used to be the intent, the major criteria for connecting brands and people. Then thanks, quote unquote, to Facebook for that move, we switched to the behavior targeting, and we've gone through the long story of collecting information about users to define their behavior. We've got these creepy ads that are following around through the internet wherever you go. Once you show the interest for a specific product, it's actually on the brand's website, and you got those ads on Facebook, on Instagram, and the rest. And with influencer marketing, it's a natural way of connecting with people. They're showing their interest explicitly. You're not intruding in their private area. You're just following the place where they want to be and presenting them something that is relevant to them right now. And they're pretty engaging at that topic at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great marriage of people's interest and what brands can offer with influencers.
Yeah.
Now, app attribution is enormously important, as we know, because we just touched on the fraud and attribution. Unfortunately, is far from being perfect to this day. It's been said and written a lot, but still there is a room for improvement. What are your expectations for this year in this regard?
Well, people will continue not to click on the ad. But the ones that do, and we estimate that almost 50% of the people click actually on the ad or redeem the code. Even if the code comes with a discount, people sometimes don't like to click or put the code, they forget. But the ones that do, we're able to secure that traffic and understand the funnel, model that funnel, and track the information. We have enormous dashboards and a lot of information with our BI team to understand for every client, every step of the funnel, understanding if the click, for example, if the click-through rate is not great, even if not everyone clicks, we know from the ones that clicks to the ones that actually bought the product or downloaded the app or subscribed to the app, what is going on. So we are able to optimize the campaign with all that data. That, as you said, is not perfect and it's far to be perfect. We cannot, and one important part, if you're listening to this podcast and you're running influencer marketing, is not to compare your influencer marketing results to other paid media results, as it's less trackable than just an ad. You know, a spoken ad on a YouTube video, on an Instagram, on a TikTok, on a tweet, it's not the same as having a banner Google search ad.
Right. Now, let's switch on the next topic, which is partnership. It's kind of a major staple of how influencer marketing work. So what are the trends for this essential component on the market right now?
Well, at the time, we always focus on the organic reach of every campaign that we did. But the trend that we are seeing this year is that the video creativities are working way better than any other creativity, and the ones generated by the influencers even more. So we are proposing this to all our clients to really leverage the creatives that the influencer already created for the organic reach to be really put on paid social, for example. But there is another layer that you can do also to create content from the influencer to be embedded in your app. Could be PR, could be a testimonial, could be in-app content. It could be many, many, many things. There is also SEO that you can do with the influencer name if they are very well known. Explicit landing pages that we do that for many of our clients or potential clients arrive to a landing page that already has the face of the influencer and they say, welcome influencers from ours. We were waiting for you, like here you have it. And yeah, there are many, many things. So I think going forward, we need to think influencer marketing as a 360 strategy with the talent in the center and how we can leverage that, not just having the organic content out, but what else can we do?
Great. So in this respect, Apple's app product custom pages come really handy for that reason. So you can customize a page in a partnership with the influencer and build that experience you've just described. This is great. Let's talk about one of our beloved acronyms, custom acquisition cost. So what do you think is coming for this benchmark this year?
Well, I think alongside inflation and alongside some recession that we're going to start seeing this year, unfortunately, CACs are going to go up. The costs are going up and people are buying less. So these two are going to make that, unfortunately, the CAC is going to go up. And this, as you said in the beginning, it's not that the influencer lost their power. It's just that the audience is having less money. The purchasing power of what they were making now is less, and also they have to be more cautious of what they are buying. And sometimes a subscription to an app is not an essential product. And sometimes some customers that in the past were able to subscribe to products or buy services, right now they have to, pay 200 or 300% more of gas, So
Right.
unfortunately, this is world economics. And even though we are very focused on our app instant subscribers and stuff, we have to stop and look around a little bit of what's going on in the world and what's going on with the economics around the world.
Exactly. As much as we all love apps, they're not essential part of people's lives, not as essential as utilities they're paying for. We have to accept this reality and just be mindful. We have to set expectations right, given the current economy.
Yeah.
Now, TikTok, setting aside this perspective of being banned in US in the near future, if that's going to happen, which is not a given, but it may. How does it stand among the rest of social media today? What's coming for this platform this year?
Well, TikTok is continue to be breaking all the records. Now, ChatGPT broke TikTok's record, but when I wrote this presentation last December, we didn't have ChatGPT free to use. So TikTok has more 3 times more monthly hours spent than Instagram. I read a paper the other day that the average scrolling length of a person is the height of the Statue of the Liberty in New York.
Jesus
Christ. That's how much we scroll a day. It's out of the mind. But I do think that there is a difference between the consumption on TikTok and the consumption, for example, on YouTube on content. On YouTube, it's kind of even the body language that you have is different. When you are watching a YouTube, you wanna be entertained, or you wanna learn, or you wanna do something with the video. You're just engaging more. With TikTok, it seems like you are just trying to kill your brain and be scroll. And so that's why I think we're still not seeing that much of a performance on TikTok as we see it on YouTube. Users are more engaged on YouTube as of now. This could change any day. The behavior of people, 2 years ago, there was no person above the age of 30 on TikTok. And right now there are so many people in all age cohorts. So I think this can change. But as of now, I think people are going to TikTok just to be more numb than to be engaged with what they're seeing. So that's why I think we are not seeing as much conversion as we see in other platforms.
And the final question, video format. Assessing its efficiency right now, how does it stand with display and search? How's it doing right now?
Well, this is the year that influencer content generated. This is the year that influencer generated content and user generated content will fuel your creativity. This is the year that I think all marketers are using all that generated content that is amazing to really be able to produce amazing ads, more engaging ads. Next year, more money will be spent on video-based campaigns that on SEM and traditional display. So we are seeing this trend going forward as video being the fastest growing area in online advertising. I think displays or regular posts or regular text, people are getting more used to seeing video. We are not static ads won't have as much creativity or as much results as video can have.
Right. So now I have a question that recently I've been asked every guest on this show, because I believe everybody has something to say with this respect. What would you really like to change in the mobile space right now?
In the mobile space or in the marketing mobile space? Because I think there are two different
marketing side.
Yeah. So as I was head of growth of a company, I like to see the whole impact of the marketing initiatives in the growth of a company. So when I was head of growth, I took the company from 1 million monthly active users to 13 million monthly active users in 3.5 years. And at the beginning, we couldn't track anything. Like we didn't have any of the tools that we have right now. So we just saw the growth and we like celebrate the growth. And I think in the last few years, we have been so focused on attribution that we lost that growth mindset of thinking, how can we make the company grow? Of course, we need to understand which of the different alternatives are giving us the best return of investment. But I think the whole marketing strategy that will make the company grow and like be very well known, and a lot of people will start using it more, will give us what we want at the end, which is making the company grow. So I will wish that marketers are not as obsessed for individual contributors, but just also seeing the whole impact of the marketing strategy.
Got you. All right. Very, very final question. How can people get in touch with you and get information about what you do?
Sure. You can write me at Lucia at TATAM, TATAM.digital, or you can visit our website, which is TATAM.digital.
Perfect. Lucia, thank you so much for coming back and spending this time with us on the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Art. Until next time.
My pleasure. And that was Lucia Aguilar, founder at TATAM.digital. To listen to more episodes, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. Just search for Business of Apps and you will find us easily. Remember, we release episodes on Mondays. So subscribe and you'll be able to get new episodes on your smartphone, tablet, or computer as soon as we release them. And please don't forget to leave us a review or comment on iTunes. It is highly appreciated. And all episodes will also be available on businessofapps.com. Thank you for listening. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Business of Apps podcast. For more, head on over to businessofapps.com.